All right, what's up? So I want to talk about an interesting survivor strategy that I think people should do more, and that's that I think people should split up more. I had this Hunters game as I'm playing right now that I had Discordance on, and it didn't go off for like a good 2 minutes, and that's bad. If you play Killer, you know that if Discordance isn't going off, that means the survivors are split up and they're not doing gens together, and that's not a good thing because if the survivors are split up, that means if I go to pressure one person on a generator, that means other gens are being worked on. So like if you pressure two people that are on a generator, that means there's two people now working on gens. But if you pressure one person, that just means one person's not working on gens and other people could be working on three gens. So I like when I find multiple people on one gen because it tells me what's kind of going on around in the game. So right now you still see that this coordinates isn't going off, and that's just I'm worried. Like in the beginning of the game, you watch the video, we've watched the stream, you can hear them talking to myself saying like, "Damn, I'm kind of worried that like they're kind of split up on gens." And kind of like a minute and a half into the game, two gens went off at the same time, and that's because they were split up. Now you might say, "Oh, but the gens are gonna take longer," but it does make it harder for me to pressure and kind of wonder what's going on. Because if I see two people in a generator, I know two people are here, and if this coordinates is going off somewhere else, I know two people are over there. So it gives me good information as to what's going on. But if I only find one person, I don't really have that much information on what's going on around the map. And another thing why it's good for survivors to split up is because it makes it harder for the killer to pressure multiple people. Like back to the situation, we find two people on a generator. You can, if you find two of them, you can hit one person and then you can hit the other person and you can have two people injured and you can commit to one of the chases and down somebody. So now you have someone who's on hook, you have someone who's injured, and one less person that's on or two less people on a generator, which is really good. And I notice a lot of people do not do this in their games. Like majority of my killer games, the reason why those games go really well for me is survivors are always bunched up together. Now, in this game, I did make a lot of mistakes. I was missing a lot of hits. I wasn't playing good. I didn't have any slowdowns, which that was kind of like the point of what I'm doing right now. I'm doing like a play all killers, 30 games without slowdowns to kind of test something. And like I was playing bad, but my mistakes were more heavy on me because they were split up. So if killers are making a mistake and you split up, it makes those mistakes harder for them to do, or it makes it harder on those killers if they do make those mistakes. So like I don't know, I feel like people should definitely split up more. It's very important. And I notice a lot of people don't do it, especially when I'm playing Survivor. And like I want to talk about it because it's interesting to see it from a perspective of as killer where people are not split up. I always have the perspective of like when I'm playing Survivor, I'm like always with my teammates. And like you ever notice that when you're playing games where you guys are doing pretty well and it turns to shit, you probably notice that everyone around you is probably slugged. And it's easier to do that when everyone's together. So that's kind of the gist of this video. I think people should definitely split up more. It would make killer life harder. I know. Like it's kind of crazy as someone who's playing killer likes to play killer. I'm telling people to split up more, but I also play survivor, especially in solo queue. So it would really help me at the same time. A lot of people don't do this and it kind of like overlook this strategy. It's such a simple thing too. Like it's not like a big brain strategy or whatever. It's such a easy thing to do. Like if you see someone on a generator, just leave, go find a different generator. Now there's some situations where like if it's two gens left or one gen left, you do kind of want to pressure that last generator together because making the last generator faster would be like very unexpected for the killer. So you do kind of want to rush that last gen, but in the beginning, you kind of want to play it safe and split up and just make it harder for the killer. But end game, you might want to like put two people in a generator or three. It doesn't hurt to put two people on two separate generators. Like that's not a bad thing either. But like if you find yourself in a situation where the match is getting kind of hard, try to spread out a bit, especially against Legion. A lot of people don't do that. And it's like I used to suffer from this. I used to hate Legion, but like once I learned of the strategy of just split up, whenever I play with my friends, it does help a lot. So, Legion is a killer that suffers from survivors splitting up enough. but it also works on regular killers. Like it's a strategy that works across all killers, and it's really helpful, even against like mobile killers, like they have a lot of movement. That just means more distance they have to cover. And if you're good if you're good at not three genning yourself, it's even better. So yeah, definitely give this a try in your games, and that's all I want to talk about. So peace out.